Right, and the one edition that exists today is that I also have in the document is this edition from the corpus of Ptolemaic inscriptions, and but that only has really exactly what is on the Rosetta Stone itself. It doesn't. I don't think it even attempts to sort of pull anything from the other from the Novaya Stele. It starts all of a sudden here with the hieroglyphic, for example, which is I think really what begins over here. So yeah. Okay, and then for today, I don't have my handy little drawing pad today, so we'll have to do a sort of side by side with me just transcribing in MDC. Okay, so last time we had this really difficult sentence, both in the Demotic and in the Egyptian, the hieroglyphic part, which was something like he took every care to cause to be done the things that are in custom to be done to the gods, that are supposed to be done to the gods in a satisfactory or in a good way, in a good form. That's sort of what as far as I can tell now, what the Demotic tries to say. Yeah. So that was tricky, and then we had quite a lot of help from the Greek as usual, because it's much more seems at least much more straightforward to me and to understand. So taking care so that the customary things are completed, are performed, are accomplished towards the gods according to what is fitting. Something like that. Okay, and then we have one smaller part here that still has to do, that is sort of the final as part now, that has to do with this sort of economical or beneficial stuff that Ptolemy does, and then we're going to move on to the references to the historical rebellion and all of that very interesting stuff soon. Okay, so who wants to have a go at this brief demotic line, if anyone?
Could try.
Yeah.
Let's see how far we get. Beginning is easy. That's a pa, I think. Then the next is probably EU.
So this all goes together.
Oh, this all goes together.
If you think just two vertical lines, what kind of sound it can also, like two reed leaves or something like
Right,
this.
that should be an E basically. Then the next.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay. So this is just pies.
Mm,
Hers, whatever the she is in this case.
mm,
The next thing that could be an S. It could be a lot of different things, but it's S. At the bottom could be a T. The thing that looks like a neb, basically.
mm.
But so it's either a neb or it's alphabetic. It could be SM, SMT, Semet.
Yes, that's it. Semet.
And then,
Awesome.
then the last thing is an A2. It's basically a hand-to-mouth man. Okay. So Pi Semet, their manner or something of that nature. Um, then comes an N, then a D, like LD, D. Um, that I would read as Iru. Okay. Then comes another Pa. Very clearly an H and something that's less clear. Could be different things. Could be, I guess, men. Could be P. Hub P makes sense. I remember that. Something about law, probably. Yep.
Mm.
Okay. And again, then that's a hand-to-mouth man. And next thing could be a pa. It could be a na or could be a ta. Probably na because the next word is Rome. So the people. And na Rome. Then the next thing is an R, I think, because it's diagonal. Then this thing is get, um, like an animal, the animal belly on top of something. Don't ask me what the
Mm.
something is. Probably a T in the determinative stroke. Then next I would say is iri again. So ir.
I think this is also part of is
Yeah.
a new thing.
Yeah. Oh, that's a new thing, you think? Oh.
Yeah, but I can begin with
Oh,
you
no,
said
you're right.
iri.
Then there must be pa again. So pa iri. It's probably nominalized somehow. Pa iri hu Jehuti. This wild scrawl is the Jehuti.
Jehu, something like this.
Uh-huh. And then pa'a, pa'a.
Yeah, right. Pa pa a. There's a lot of A's. Okay. Yeah.
Probably ep or something like this in reality. But
Mm.
okay. So Jehuti, the great, the thrice great. Okay. And if we look at the hieroglyphic below, we can see that that was a good guess. So, okie
Mm.
doke. So I'm a bit confused by the end, to be honest.
This one, you mean?
Yeah, this N, this is weird.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that belongs to the Pi Smith.
Mm.
In its manner of giving that they do the law of the people in the in the in the fashion and the manner as Jehuti the thrice great um, is wont to do.
Mm.
So basically just trying to say that the sovereign, in this case, the pharaoh, is acting or enforcing the law or applying the law in the same manner as like the divine lawgiver is doing it.
Mm.
That's really all it says, I
Mm.
think. Do you have more background on the Spice Met N? Is that a
Yeah. So Payas Semet seems to be an expression that means likewise. So it sort of continues what we've been talking about. And then, like you, the ND. I don't know if that's if you maybe we're continuing something that we had earlier. He took great care, for example, but here we had an erdit, so we're sort of implying maybe that likewise he took great care, and again to cause the being done, they're doing all of that. So maybe there's sort of you're implicitly having here is some kind of expression of what the king is taking care to do. But then I don't know why we would have an N and not an R as we had
yeah.
in this sentence.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Like, why is there an N? So maybe it has to do with that construction. With a Pi Smith, would need to look for
Yeah.
parallels. Could be, but maybe let's skip that. And then the D Iru is, of course, the typical D plus subjunctive afterwards. That they do, that one does, that one applies the law to the
Mm.
people, for the people, in the way that Jehuti applies it. Something like that.
Right. Mm. Awesome. Yeah, so we can look maybe afterwards, as you say, maybe to see if Pius Semet takes this N regularly or how that works. Great. And for Coptic, this hep obviously is hop,
Right.
so that exists, and erchet would be something like enten or some kind of I don't know, in the way of, in the manner of.
Integer or something?
Yeah, integer. Mm.
Integer, yeah.
Okay.
What is Jehuti? Jehuti is that, yeah, that would make sense to look up in the DPDP because that's.
Let's do that. I don't like this. Yeah, that's it.
Fair enough. Yeah, there.
There we go. Jehuti is basically Egyptian for the god Thoth. And so we have in the Rosetta, we have this spelling here, which is I have it written down, the G26 Gardner sign. That's the ibis bird on a stick, I think, which is for Thoth. And then we have a bread loaf, yeah, whatever. We have that's the ligature anyway, and then we have the bird on a stick to the left that shows that it's a divine, some kind of divine concept.
If you take a look at what it looks like in hieratic on Acupal, it makes a lot more sense.
Okay, Acupal.
That's right. And maybe Acupal paleography or something, so you get the whole thing.
Yeah, right.
Looks good. If you just take that one and graphemes on the left, and then luckily you have the sign number already, which I can never remember. If you,
D26.
so if you click
So okay.
on filter öffnen on top, I think.
Filter.
Yeah, and then you just type in the number where it says Kodierung filtern. Yep, that one. There you go. And then just hit Anzeigen at the bottom. You got it. One more time. There we go. So beginning very visible, but as you go on, it becomes more and more something that looks like a sa on top of a stick. Um, I don't know what those are. Those for real?
This looks just like a reed leaf to me,
Doesn't
just a
it? Yeah.
simple.
I didn't know that. I've never seen that. But then again, it's Ptolemaic hieratic, so no idea. But if you go
This
back,
one's okay.
this one's okay, but you can see that that is obviously like trying to be super conservative. If you go back to like Ramesside or something, yeah, something like that, you can sort of see it. That where it says like 18th dynasty, and now
Hmm.
fast forward into the DPDP version, you can sort of see it how you get there. It's like this little swirl on top of a horizontal. And how do you get that? Yeah, how you get that fidget spinner that they're showing there, I have no idea. Um,
Hmm.
yeah. But yeah, that's what it is.
I think I saw actually. Now we're taking time, but I found this other the thought sign
Ah,
list
yes, right, right,
page,
right.
and they had an interesting because they have these. They include some kind of parallels or actual uses in the corpus. So if I do,
Oh, cool. I
and
hardly.
then we can see G
Yeah.
26. And it was something like maybe tokens. I don't remember. It was a place where you could see sentences and then modern lists.
This
Oh,
is so
now
cool.
I'm just panicking. Yeah, here maybe if I press this, yeah, we get sentences, right? And Jehud, that has the two. And then no, I saw an example that was exactly the same with
Oh,
the bread loaf and the Y underneath.
right. This is so cool, though.
Yeah,
I will have to start use this more. If I ever get over the
I
name.
didn't understand the point of this site until I saw that they had these example sentences and how, like
Oh,
here, for example, here we have the exact. This is
right.
exactly what we have: Jehuti on top of a bread loaf and the two diagonal strokes. Um,
Right. Right. Nice. Okay.
and here we see it very explicitly, actually. T and yeah.
Right. Right. Right.
Okay. Anyway, that's but so yeah, that's also another useful.
It is. Yeah.
I think for once it's not German. I think it's yeah, it's Belgian, so it's not.
Hey, nobody's perfect, you know?
Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
my God.
Great. So let's move on to the hieroglyphs then. Who do I have?
Hello.
Yes.
Oh, me.
Surprise.
I'm
Yeah.
saying who do I have because I don't want to be, pointing any fingers, but I know who the yeah.
Metet.
Okay. Me, Tet.
R.
Yeah.
R, really meaning that R. Ardit.
He,
Tep Nefer. And Wenny you, I guess.
when, he, who.
Mi'ir and Jehuti.
Maybe there's something like this. Jehuti.
So, likewise, the like. I'm wondering if this is an R of futurity, like will be done.
I think it's an expression. If I go to the TLA briefly, and it's a very unusual spelling for
an unusual spelling.
No, really.
Yeah, right.
How exciting!
How exciting! So
On
if
the
you
Rosetta Stone.
there we go, like this one. This likewise, and so it's iri. So the sort of nisbe or whatever. Relating to, and if we spellings, we get this 3R type spelling here. So I think that's what it is. I don't know why there are 3 R's. I don't know if anybody can see the reason.
Well, I have something to offer. The iri itself, like in companion, becomes ereo in Coptic, has a u at the end. And now I just wonder, even though that's never spelled out in my knowledge to my knowledge in hieroglyphs, but now I'm just wondering if the whole thing is maybe pronounced something like miro or something, mitero. And then therefore it can be written like the plural of ra, assuming that the plural there is ro. Complete what we call it, speculation, but the ereo part keeps me thinking, which is companion or something, right? In Coptic. So
I think we speculated that for an earlier example of this too, when we had 3 R's and we thought it might be ru.
Right, exactly. I mean, that would make some sense, right? If there's like some kind of U final, W final in there.
So by having 3 R's, they're saying this is R pronounced, this is R-U, and then it's the pronunciation reu, basically, that we are dealing with.
That would be my guess. Maybe, huh? I mean, who knows?
Okay. Anyway, it means something like, what did I say? Likewise.
Yeah.
Likewise.
Great. Makes sense. I thought the metet was doing all the heavy lifting for likewise, but it's the whole thing. Okay. So likewise, do or give, and this must be laws, but I only know that because you just said it earlier, Aurelio. Except nefer.
Yes. Yeah.
I wouldn't have known that.
I didn't know that one either.
This nefer does not exist on the stone. It's just added, or that nefer has been added by a later editor, you said?
I'm not sure if it was that line. It may have been a previous line.
Okay.
This one may exist. I'm not sure, actually. Let me look. If that's in there. I think this one is from Philae, actually. Oh, wait. Meted Ereo. Yeah. This one. And on the Nubraya stela, this isn't even on there. The whole Jehuti part is missing. So that's probably from the Philae document. Now, I'm not sure if the nefer is in there or if that's added. Yeah.
Good order.
Good order, something like that.
Okay, so good order. Is when you another word for people? Must be. Okay, so good order for the people, to the people, for the people. Like what the Jehuji the Great has done.
Exactly. So I guess when you is for something for beings, people that are, people that
Yeah. Although one quick comment, this rings a bell. Give me a moment. I'm just looking at the Philae document. I could swear that it goes on there. Bear with me, just a moment.
Oh my gosh, when you, being. It's the same in English. The verb be, to be, being, and when you, when, to be. Oh, how cute.
That is cute.
English is Egyptian.
We knew
it. Yes.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Although, may I share real quick?
Yeah, go ahead. Should I stop or how does that work? Can you?
I'll just try.
I can stop.
I'll just try and see what happens. So I used the time to have a quick look. We were somewhere here. Remember, this was the part about them. This is the Nobraya stela. So you're not supposed to conscript anybody for rowing, and then it goes on with the fine cloth that you're sending the 2/3 part there. Something happens. I forgot what exactly the details were. And then here he's taking every possible care to do this and that. Well, you'll notice there is no Jehuti in here. There's a emitted ero right here, but then no Jehuti. I hope everybody can see.
I
Okay,
can
all right.
see.
So that's not where it comes from. But if you go over to the Philae stela, then that part is in there. Here is our Jehuti. However, the sentence there is kaisen, then something that's missing. Iri, dep nefer, so the nefer is in this case is here. I think it was missing in an earlier sentence. And venio nu bucket, the beings of Egypt. And for whatever reason, when they made the composite word, and then it says me Irin Jehuti. I'm not sure why the new bucket is missing from our edition, because it seems to be there in Philae. Then again, looking at the Philae document, I'm not sure where exactly it is. This is number 1 anyways. I think number 2 looks similar. I mean, could be in one of those breaks that were basically erased when they put other decorations on top. So yeah, just want to share that real quick that there is something more than the venue in at least one version.
Okay.
And back to the studio.
Share. Yeah, great. So that does. I have much more sort of understanding now for sort of how Rosetta and have they worked. That's really good. Okay. For the Greek now.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, let's go.
Okay. Okay, homoios.
If I'm able to actually write, yeah, homoios, yeah.
The guy. To dikaion. Pas. Oh no, wait, sorry, passin. Can't see what is the next word.
Sorry.
Apenemen.
Maybe I can zoom in a bit.
No, I just don't think I recognize that word.
Yeah, but yeah, okay, but you had it anyway. It's apenemen, right? And it means to distribute.
Oh, okay.
In the aorist tense.
Perfect. Kataper. Hermes. Oh, okay. So they've equivocated Jehati or whatever was Hermes. Huh. Homegas. Gaimegas. Okay. Great. Okay, let's look at this. So, Poimos is sort of like, in a similar way, all of the faithful are distributed. All of the is that meant to be laws instead of faithful? I'm just trying to go off what we read earlier with the hieroglyphs and demotic.
Right. So what is right? What is just is how I would say. Kayon.
Okay. Has been distributed like the god Hermes the Great and the Great.
And it has been distributed, and this is a dative, right? Passing. So it's been allotted or distributed to everyone.
Okay, yeah.
So that this is the object of Apenemen, and I guess Ptolemy is the subject. Yeah, and as you said, like Hermes or Thoth, the doubly great. And we have again this Greek construction here, dekai, which is we have seen before this way of translating the again part. So likewise, also in a way, he also distributed what is right to everyone, like Hermes the Great and Great. Okay. So, and now we move on to a new historical portion. So I have a long demotic part, which I don't think we will get through all of it today, because it all sort of fits together. So I wanted to have it like this. So let's see if anyone wants to, unless there's something else to comment about the previous sentence, we can move on if someone wants to have a go.
Can try to start us off, at least. So the first one we had, that is Chenef, he commanded, isn't it?
Oh, maybe I don't need the Greek now. Chenef.
Right. Chenef S, I guess. He commanded it. This comes with a dummy pronoun. He commanded it on, or I mean an, again. Okay, so he also commanded. What did he command? The next one I had to look up. El-Jeba, this funky ligature, which here, instead of in exchange for simply like a Coptic Edwe, Edwe concerning with regard to, so something like that. Now, with regard to whom? Na, at, those who, I guess. Wait, but this is weird. This is weird. Because this almost looks like Rome. Not quite sure what to, yeah.
Yeah, so there should be sort of a gap here. These two go together, and then this.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. That makes sense. So na enti EU, na enti EU. This could be a chen, or this could be, yikes. This could be I want to say ire in Latin. This could be e to come.
Yeah, that's what it is. Something like e.
Right. And then the next word is chen.
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is chen, inside or in. Okay, with a house determinative at the end. So okay, the next one is chen na remich, among the people. So they're coming among the people. What kind of people? Some kind of reduplicated verb. Wait, I've seen this. Kun.
How do I write that? Is it like can maybe?
I think so. Okay. So far we have, and he also commanded with regard to those which are coming among the fighting people. Kun is to hit, to fight. So something about the people who have fought. Okay. Like you said, we're coming to the rebellion now. Let's go on.
I just want to have, I think this should be EU, right? Maybe you said that. I didn't.
You're right. It should be EU. That's right.
And then I have written in my notes that it's RE, so that this is a sort of
has to be. You're correct.
Future kind.
Future.
I don't know.
Yeah, but why? Oh, so is this? I'm speculating now, but maybe we're early on. He's talking about anybody who is coming back from the fighting people, maybe who haven't surrendered yet. I'm not sure. Just guessing.
Something like that. I'm thinking also that it's sort of a possibility that might come back, or that will come. So he has ordered concerning those that will come back or that would come back among the people, among the fighters. We'll see.
That would make some sense, yes. Okay, well, we find it out in the quick part. Then there's an item. The next thing looks like our, I mean, you would expect some kind of article there. Then it would have to be a par.
That's
It's
it.
a par. Of course, yeah, right. It's a par. The next one, help, what is it? I mean, you would think D, but
yeah, it's a sep.
it's a sep.
Remainder.
The remainder, okay. The remainder of the people, item par sep damage?
Yeah, right. Damage.
Damage. Okay, the rest of people, ir geper, who are being or something. Geper, geper. Then the next word I can see is ketchet, but there's something in between.
Right.
You would expect some kind of preposition. Probably M. But
it's not M, but it could have been like the M here, right? But then it connects to this.
Oh, is that a her?
Yeah, right.
Her?
So I don't know.
Okay. Her.
It's her, exactly.
Okay. So which are upon others. Okay. Which are upon something other. Other ketchet, that's a T there at the end, so that belongs there. That could be another M. I have no idea what the next is. It has a falling man at the end.
And this is the it's a specific glyph, of course, obviously. Like we have it in the. I think it's this one.
Oh, it's me. Okay.
Me.
Me yet.
Right, something like right. Maybe it's me yet. I don't know me, but it's or meet.
Meet. Okay.
It usually means a road or way.
Why does it have a falling man?
That's a very good question that I don't have an answer for.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's see if that's if we have meet. Yes, and also meet can also mean kind, which probably is what we have here.
Yeah, there's one. I see one. Yeah.
It does have the falling man. That's who knows.
Weirdest thing. I mean, that doesn't speak well for the infrastructure.
No.
In any case, all right. All right. So people, the rest of the people who are being upon, I'm struggling here, upon other something, other road. What kind of road? Meet or meet en par of the.
So N is here and pa. Yeah, and pa.
En par of the T something T something. I don't know what the bottom glyph is.
It's the H, the fourth H 4 or
Tech.
Tech.
Okay, which means?
Which means confusion. It's like toch, but like a noun that has to do with confusion, something that is disturbed or mixed.
Gotcha.
Let's see. Yeah, right. It's the same as dachter in Coptic, mixture, confusion.
Got it. Okay. All right. Eir geper. The next one we know, that's Kemit. But there seems to be something missing. The ones who are Egyptian, I mean, who are Egypt. Feels like there should be an N in between.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe that's what, maybe the Geper is missing an N? Could be. All right. All right. What comes next? This is an R, pretty clearly.
Right, we have an R.
And then we have a D.
And here I'm not sure what we have here actually. D.
Yeah, I would have said.
Have we seen this before?
Looks a bit like a sherry to me, like a on top, but I don't know.
Let's see if they have it on the stone here. Yeah, because they don't reconstruct it here. Spiegelberg has Setau. What does that mean? Yeah, I don't know.
Let's skip it. I mean, maybe
Okay.
it will become clear from the other languages.
Hmm.
Okay. The next thing. How are we doing on time? Do I get saved by the, do I get saved by the bell? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay.
I haven't gotten so far as this either, so I'm just as confused as anybody else here.
All right, so let's try our best here. So this could be a na, but then the next sign doesn't make sense because the next one looks like a T, and nat doesn't make sense. And then comes a, what is that? Nayu, payu, whatever, another. So this could be set. If it's not a na, then it can be an S, so it's set maybe.
Let's try that, set.
Then the next one is one of these weird abbreviations for an article, right? So nayu, payu, or something like that, I think.
Let's see.
Okay.
Nai something, right? It has to be if it's what's it called? Yeah, it has to have some kind of
right. Let's look it up. If you don't mind, look at knife and then look at nayu. It's one of those, and I think knife is the one that has the dot. There you go.
Nayu. It can be Nayu, right?
Can be nayu. Could it be any other yu? Like, could it also be payu?
Why do I want to say Payev?
Because I said that. Let's look at that too,
okay.
just for comparison. So Payev looks quite distinct. That's the one that looks, if you go like to the left, it's the one that has like the little dot and the diagonal. That's the common form there. So that's not it. Then the only question is, could it be something like Payu, for example?
Yeah, but it would have the actual this one. It could be this one.
I think it's one of those multi-function signs. Basically anything with a W in it. I think it can also be Tayu if I'm not mistaken. So that would kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So just basically. So it's Payu, Nayu, Tayu. Okay. Help. Starts with an M.
M or NT or yeah.
Could also be NT, that's true. I don't know what the rest is.
This would be Chet, right? I think this has to be Chet somehow.
The next looks like M2 afterwards.
M2, exactly. M2. But wouldn't that with something added, right? M2 something.
I don't know what that is though.
Could it be M2 et or something? If we skip this one, if we close our eyes and then come here.
If we close our eyes, that looks very much like a cheper. If you just skip a little bit ahead,
this one, right?
Yeah, that looks like a. Wait. No. Wait. Rapper, he doesn't have the extra thing on top. That is a rapper.
That is a heiper. This one
That
has
is
to
a
be a
heiper.
heiper.
This ends in a, looks like it ends in a U afterwards. Oh boy. I don't know. Oh, the thing before that, is that our pipe type something? Is that our article?
So do you mean that this could be M2 and then this could be pi
Oh, no. Or maybe it's a Payu Nayu. Okay, so maybe. Scroll over to the right again. Does it look somewhat similar? Maybe,
Oh, you
huh?
mean,
This one,
yeah,
yeah.
I agree. This could be the same sign.
So Nayu M something something or NT something something. M2 Nayu something something Rapper.
Naiu, something, heiper, and then could this, when it has this, we've seen this before, and it has sort of, it loops.
It looks like an
It
ear to
doesn't.
me, but
What did you say?
at first I thought it was an ear, like an
Yeah,
earring, but it isn't. No, I don't know.
it can't be pi either. I think it would be. It's too far off from this.
Right, it's too far
But
away.
we've had something like this for pi before.
That's true.
So yeah, I don't know. It's a bit of a stretch, and this I've never seen this sign either.
Do we want to call a friend?
Yeah, let's see what Spiegelberg has here. So he has set, as you said, and then parentheses R, and then naiu, as we said. Ah, okay, yes, it's not yet. This is the ma feather, the ma'a feather, actually, in this sign here.
Okay.
This is ma'a. Let me just ma'a, ma'u he has, okay. And then M2, Nayu. Ah, of course, this is Enket. We've had this before. This is the new basket on top. Yeah, it's Sting or the things.
Okay.
That's what we have in the question mark here. Enket, Hepper, and then and that's the thing. This is we've also had this.
We've had this.
It's
Cher.
Cher.
Okay.
Cher.
What comes
and
after?
Then ru. So when it's the pre-pronominal form when it comes before the third person. So I don't know how to do it like this. Cher ru, and it has this form.
Okay. All right. So what does all this mean? And together, and the rest of the people that are upon another way of confusion, rebellion, etc.
Yes, it's rebellion, and it means the other side, other side of the rebellion.
Right. Okay. Ir, Cheper, and Keme, which are in Egypt. D to give. What was Seta again?
I couldn't find it.
Okay. To give Setau it. Nayu, Payu, something, Ma'au. What is Ma'au? It's not.
Who, right? But why is it in the plural? To give justice, maybe?
What determinative does that have? Is there another Ma'au?
It has a house determinative here.
Exactly, right? This looks more like
place. Of course, it has to be place.
So, ma in Coptic.
That makes sense. Maybe.
So their place, to give them something, their place. To give them something. Is there an M? No, there is no M. The M was my imagination, isn't it?
Okay. Yeah, it was here, but it's part of the ma, of course.
Okay, and then we said M2 Nayu naked, and that they're everything. Cheper Cherau, be under them, so that they have it, that they hold it, that they can keep it, basically. Okay, all right. So if I ad-lib a little bit, so basically he seems to be saying that people who were on the fighting side, on the opposite side, or anybody else who joined the rebellion, that they'll be able to keep their stuff. And I don't know what to make out of the Sitao Sit now Nayu Ma'ao, but I guess that they can stay in their place. What would the alternative be? The alternative would be to round the whole lot up and sell them into slavery or something, which he's saying we're not doing here. Okay, all right.
Awesome. Yeah. I think that was a masterclass right there. Okay. Okay, so if we have time for the Greek, it would be fun to look at it. The hieroglyphic here, at least, is completely mangled. We have some kind of order here, some kind of wedge, wedgen, wedge and F. Is the thing we've seen before. Isek means the equivalent of an or dekai in Greek. So again, and then to cause, what is this, men? To cause the remaining or of chet?
Cause that remain chetzen or chutzen, their things.
Their things.
Echrasen or something, beneath them, under them.
Yeah, right. Okay, let's see. I don't know how much time we have for the Greek, but 3 minutes. Do you want Anastasia to read the Greek? See how far we come. I can mute myself if I'm able to. Let me just.
Oh, now we don't hear either of you.
I think someone needs to unmute.
Sorry, I'm muted. Yes, yeah, good. Sorry, thank you. So first we have a third-person verb in the aorist, which misses a letter, prosetaxen, which David has added there. And this, the subject is the king. So he ordered, he commanded. And then we have again the two particles, dekai, the connective ones. He also commanded. And then we have a participle, aorist, participle in the plural accusative. The article is tous. And then kataporeuomenus. So he commanded that also those who return, I think, who come down. It has a special meaning. It means return from exile, return home. But I think that here it should mean perhaps just the ones who are returning. And then where from, we have the ek, the from. Yes. Okay. And then we have a particle, te. And then we have a word in genitive plural, ton machimon, those who bear arms. So those who are returning from both, this is what this te means, who bear arms. And then we expect something to be added on. Kai, and, so this is the partner of te kai. And then we have another genitive, ton alon, of the others. And this is kind of elaborated. Ton, and the participle here is phronesanton, of those who thought, who had the, who had an attitude, who had thoughts. And what kind of complements this is allotria. So those who had thought differently, those who thought other things. So the opponents, basically. And then this is wow. Yes. And then the genitive continues, or a genitive separative comes with the ton article.
This could be from a samton, right? It's from a samton.
From a samton, yes. Sorry, yes. And then we have a prepositional phrase. N is the preposition, and then we have a dative, plural, tois, and the noun is at the very end, kairois, in the times. And then we have kataten tarachen, which is a prepositional expression which is encased in the prepositional expression. And it means it's kata is the preposition, and then we have the accusative singular. So it means during the disturbance. So altogether, the two prepositional phrases means in the times of the disturbance. And then we continue. Kai?
Or is it kate, some kind of bird?
Katelthontas, yes, katelthontas. Sorry, I was confused with these two, theta and omicron. Katelthontas. Menein, that's an infinitive. And then we have another prepositional expression, epiton, epi. It takes a genitive plural, ton, and then idion, that's an adjective, and then kteseon is the noun. So to come back, when they come back, to remain on their own properties. I think that's what kind of, but we can go through again.
Yeah, we can do next time. We can,
yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Anastasia. So we can go through that again next time, I think,
Yes.
and try to see how that works with the demotic a bit clearer, so we can find out, for example, this setau that we didn't figure out what that means exactly. Okay. So thank you. I'll stop sharing, and I'll see you all in a week. Okay. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.